What's up, guys? I got my yellow shirt on because today I want to talk about pineapples. Specifically, growing your own pineapple from the top. So specifically, pineapples are a tropical perennial bromeliad native to Brazil and Paraguay in South America. Early explorers named them pineapples because the fruit resembled pine cones from coniferous trees and because they tasted sweet like apples. So growing a new pineapple plant from just the top of the pineapple is actually quite easy. You only need 3 things. First, you need your pineapple. Then you need a sharp, sterile knife. And next up, you need a pot filled with organic potting soil. Now, we'll get into the soil later, but first, let's get started cutting that pineapple up. So when selecting your pineapple for this, you want to make sure you get one with a decent amount of green foliage. You don't want a lot of these leaves to be really brown and sort of really deteriorating. And the other thing is you don't want a fruit that's either too ripe or not ripe enough. So if the pineapple is at the point where you'd want to eat it, that's usually the best time where we can propagate the top. So first thing you're going to want to do is simply cut your pineapple with about 1/2 inch of meat left on it. Like so. Now we'll go ahead and set this aside for my dessert tonight. And now we can prepare the top of the plant to start rooting into a plant of its own. So now that you've cut the top of the pineapple off, we need to get as much of the remaining fruit off of the stem as possible. Any remaining meat of that fruit that's left on the stem will surely rot and prevent this guy from rooting. Okay, so let's just cut a little bit closer to the stem. Okay, almost there. So, what you're looking for now is there will be a couple little brown dots. And that's actually the root nodes where the root primordia exists that will allow this to start reproducing vegetatively. So I'm going to go ahead and cut another little slice of fruit off. You want to just keep cutting back. That was a little thick until you see those nodes. Okay. You can also peel a little bit of this bottom layer off of leaves if they come off easy. If they don't yank on them. Try that little slice there. Okay, we're getting close. Yeah, still a lot of fruit there. One more cut. Should be getting close. Oh, almost. Okay, just a little bit more. There we go. There we go. You can see I sliced a little bit of it here. There. See all those brown dots? Those are actually root nodes. And so now we're ready for the next step. Now, after you get to the root nodes, I always leave my pineapple top to sit and dry for about 24 hours. You want that exposed section to callus over. So it's been about a day since we cut the top off the pineapple. We're ready for the final step. Now you've got your gallon pot. You got it filled to the top with soil because we're not actually going to plant this. We're simply going to place it on top. You don't want to bury these crowns because they will surely rot. Now, a little bit about the soil mixture. The soil mixture is a regular DIY potting mix, but you want it a little bit on the sandy side. You know, these guys are bromeliads. They don't like to be standing in water, and so you need really good drainage. So if you can't get a sandy potting mixture, simply add a little bit of pumice or perlite. Now, I've got a really good draining mixture here, so I simply pre-soaked it and we're ready to go. So as I said, all you got to do is take the top of the pineapple, put it on top. Now I do push it down a little bit just to make sure it's secure, make sure it doesn't fall over, and make sure that each one of those root nodes is in contact with the soil. Because if they're not actually touching the soil, they won't start to grow. There you go, guys. That's a quick 3 steps on how to grow your own pineapple simply by cutting off the top of an existing pineapple. Now, quick recap in case you're skipping to the end. We first selected our pineapple that was not too ripe, but ripe enough. And we made sure that it had a healthy amount of green foliage on top without all the browning of the leaves near where the stem meets the fruit. After that, we cut the top of the pineapple off, leaving about ½ an inch of fruit remaining. Next, we kept cutting thin slices off of that fruit until we saw the root nodes. Now, it's important to get the remaining fruit off because that will surely rot as it sits in the pot. Next, we let that stem dry for about 24 hours. Next, we prepared a 1-gallon pot with an organic potting soil that was a little on the sandy side. Pineapples are bromeliads, and they really do enjoy the extra drainage. Lastly, we pre-soaked our mixture and put the pineapple stem right on the top of the moist soil. That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. As always, leave any questions or comments down below. You know, it's quite an amazing thing how many fruits and vegetables we can actually regrow simply by cutting a portion of the fruit or the vegetation off and sticking it either in soil or water. Pretty cool stuff. If you know somebody that would be interested in this, like or share the video so that they can check it out. Click subscribe if you haven't already. For those of you that have, I really do appreciate the support. And I'll see you next time.